Today's kids have access to more information than any other generation in history. And with so many kids online for school right now, they also have to learn how to separate the good sources from the bad. And all this week, Denver 7 and our parent company, Scripps, are working with the National News Literacy Project.
It's to highlight how students and adults are becoming better news consumers and journalists. And as Denver 7's Russell Haythorn found, in some cases, it starts with a good old newspaper.
So the kid will be able to see the classroom and work with us in the classroom.
In Michelle Pearson's classroom at Century Middle School in Thornton, Colorado,
they're never too young.
A big part of the curriculum is teaching students how to digest news from different sources.
What do I need to analyze? Who's writing it? What's the bias? What's the opinion?
It's called media literacy, and a big part of that is giving kids access to primary sources of information.
Right now, it's never been more important.
Dana Plefka helps to head up a unique program in Colorado called NIE, Newspapers in Education, free digital online access for teachers and students to the Denver Post, Boulder Daily Camera, Longmont Times Call, Loveland Reporter Herald, and the Greeley Tribune.
Over 230,000 students in Colorado have access to that information.
Students have access to a myriad of different resources through Newspapers in Education.
Pearson, the 2011 Colorado Teacher of the Year, says students are constantly sifting through a barrage of information and misinformation.
When students have a lot of media coming at them every day, they're getting bite-sized nuggets. What they're surfing on, well, Instagram or maybe TikTok.
NIE allows students to dig deeper.
Giving them that newspaper access to get a wider picture of the story, to read a little deeper, deconstruct it a little bit more, gives them the opportunity to be critical thinkers.
Both Pearson and Plefka say this isn't about teaching students what to think, but how to access different sources of good information and form their own opinions.
You might actually read between all of our family of newspapers completely different editorial positions, say on fracking. Boulder's going to have a different position than, say, Longmont, Loveland, or Greeley.
Really help Republicans
during the Trump administration.
Not a center progressive.
Not just going to one news source constantly, but being fed a variety.
It's not our role to teach what they should think. What we need to teach them is how they should critically think.
From Pearson's perspective, in her middle school social studies class, you might be surprised and encouraged to hear her students truly value and respect reliable sources.
Our students really do understand bias. What our role is, though, is to teach them how to dig deeper.
Which encourages students to think critically.
Who's telling me this? What are their sources? How did it come to me?
In all of media education and media literacy, you should be asking the what, the who, and the so what. So if you're asking the right question, you'll get to the right answer.
In Thornton, Russell Haythorn, Denver 7.